Gray is here.
Yeah.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Hope you're ready for it because it's on us. And the show is on as well. Welcome to it. Let me take just a minute to brag about my BYU Cougars, who once again beat Iowa State. So I know what you're wondering. What is wrong with Iowa State?
No doubt
year?
about it.
Right? What's wrong with Iowa State? What's wrong with Kansas? What's wrong with Arizona?
Big 12.
What's wrong with West Virginia and Kansas State and Arizona State and Utah? What is wrong with the... Comes from BYU being disrespected. It started in football. I mean, they never got the respect they deserved in football.
Well,
they were 3-0 or something going into the Kansas, and everybody's like, "Yeah, okay, they beat SMU. Wait till Kansas State. We destroyed Kansas State." Yeah, they're like, "What's wrong with Kansas State?"
It was a fun time.
I don't know. And that lasted all year. They were underdogs going into the UCF game, who had a losing record, and BYU was
weird
5 or 6-0.
Yeah, it was weird.
Very weird. So that lasted all season until they finally destroyed Colorado. Then it's like, oh wait, maybe they're decent. I don't know. Can we dare admit that? Well, yesterday they beat Iowa State. They were the underdogs, even after beating them last week at their place. Irritating. But they got Houston tonight, so the good times may not roll tonight. I don't know.
We'll see.
They are good.
They're still, but BYU's been good.
How's Missouri doing in the SEC
honestly,
tournament?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't paid attention?
I haven't paid that much attention.
You don't really follow college basketball.
No. I mean, I will when we start getting into March Madness. But I know that we're
it's next week, man. Get ready.
In it, but not really.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
The conference tournaments aren't the same.
No, they're not, and they're so strange because you can still some of the teams may want to lose in the conference so that they get some rest time.
Yeah, that's
and then they
true.
Can tear it up for the madness.
I've been kind of debating all week on how hard they should be exerting themselves right now because you really want to be at your best next week.
You do, and there are several teams. I was listening to a pundit yesterday talk about several teams, and he mentioned BYU that are tough to go up against with 2 days notice, so when because BYU just shooting the lights out of threes, and UConn that's not great but good, but they are so physical and so domineering that these teams come in on short notice, and it's tough to prepare for them.
Right.
So you want to be rested. You want your team to be rested and be strong and be aggressive heading into the tournament.
Now, if you're the parents of Cooper Flagg of Duke. Then
golly, did you see him land?
Yeah, you're actually less concerned for your son, but more concerned for Duke.
And then Cooper Flagg, after grabbing the rebound,
that's not a great angle, but
wow. Immediately grasping at the ankle, and you can see, of course, tremendous concern on the faces of Ralph and Kelly Flagg, Cooper's parents. Rightfully so. But I can tell you one thing. They are most concerned about the Blue Devils winning this game.
What?
Their number one priority.
Their number one priority is not their son.
What a hot take by the ESPN announcer. The parents don't give two craps about their son's health, but go
That's
Duke.
not what he said.
He said their priority is the team. No.
That's funny.
No, that was just an asinine comment. Wow, that was stupid. But the way he came down on that ankle, oh my gosh, that hurts.
I know, you can feel it.
That hurts.
You can feel it, no doubt.
That hurts. Yeah.
Do we know how bad it is yet?
I don't think
it's got to be a pretty severe sprain, right? They said it was negative as far as
they had another player hobble off too. It's going to be a tough tournament.
Yeah. I mean, they still won, but
well.
And again, how much do they exert? Because they're a number one seed. Why? Right. Who cares about the conference journey? Later on this morning, Hilary Kennedy is going to join us. Got some amazing, interesting facts about the UFC and what's going on with. I mean, I'll let her get into it, but that
thread
in about 90 minutes.
They're everywhere. The UFC guys.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are, and they seem to be patriots, right? But
but
there's a little something weird going on with at least one of them.
Yeah, and then also there were big time people saying they weren't going to watch anymore after last weekend.
Oh, Really?
Yeah, because he said hello he brought in the Tate brothers, and a lot of the people were a little unhappy with that.
I bet they were, yeah. All right. Also, gold just hit $3,000 an ounce. I'm sure that's not a problem. Don't worry about it. Gold is a really good sign when it skyrockets like this of incredible stability. Right. So if gold goes up to $3,000, everything's fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
What happened to going to Fort Knox?
I don't know. That's kind of gone away.
Are we done with that?
Hey, what happened to going anywhere with files and documents and conspiracy theories?
Perhaps
I'm making a point here on the wall here. If
perhaps
we could get the camera.
Yeah.
There we go.
She's missing. Pam Bondi, where you been? Last seen on Fox News back on February 27th.
Still missing.
Still waiting for. Let me check.
She does have a
Wait,
Department of Justice to run.
Hang on,
I've got a theory.
Let me check in here. See. Nope. Still. Again, the camera's got the.
Perhaps Glenn Beck has some thoughts on
Hey,
this.
Glenn, what's up?
Hey,
How are you?
I have a theory. Now,
Okay.
it could be wishful thinking. Okay. I'm trying. I'm really trying hard. I believe Kash Patel. Anybody disagree?
100%.
Kash Patel, 100% in.
Yeah, I believe him.
And Kash has told me I am releasing that thing. Okay. He told me day number one he would release it.
So
All right.
far, lie.
No, or is it? Now listen. So he is coming. When he told me that, he was coming from the last Trump administration, where like nothing was happening. Okay, everybody was against them. So he's coming from a place of too many secrets. Nobody's doing anything about it. Get it into the hands of the people. Right?
Okay.
Would you agree with that so far?
Yes.
Okay. So he goes in to release it. He wants to release it. Bondi says. Now, I don't know Pam Bondi, okay? So I can't vouch for her, okay? But Bondi then says, wait a minute, send it to me, because if you release it, then it's all out. It's better. Do you want to release it and expose everybody, or do you want it to be released and we prosecute the bad guys?
Okay.
So she's holding it until she can build the case against the bad guys. That's my wishful thinking. Not sure it's true.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good.
But it does. It does. And if you give them the benefit of the doubt, that's what's happening.
Chris tells me that Trump is going to the Department of Justice today. That might be interesting.
Wow.
Trying to force somebody's hand? Is that the implication?
Doesn't have any more details than that.
No, I don't think so. Which secretary is not doing their job so far? Pam Bondi, you would say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. However, maybe she is. Maybe she is doing her thing. It's just taking the wheels of justice time. How many times have you seen, cop shows and the Attorney General comes in, he's like, "You want a conviction?" Okay. I mean, that's what happens all the time.
And we can't forget that the New York FBI office that really put a huge roadblock in front of her and any kind of timetable that we were expecting. So we don't know what all
but
was.
That works against the theory.
How so?
Why weren't you up there with paddy wagons?
Yeah.
Old style 1900 paddy wagons.
Yeah, I mean, don't
They
get me
couldn't
wrong.
find
I'm
the
not-
horses
I'm-
for the 1900s
See, that's
stuff.
it.
They had the
What'd you say?
wagon.
They had the wagon. They didn't have the horses. So, yeah, they had
Where can you find a
what are you
good
gonna
horse
do?
these
Yeah,
days? That's
no
the thing.
horses
No
for the paddy
horses.
wagons.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
It's New York. He could have gotten them from Central Park. See? Wrong again, Pat.
Dang it.
Wrong again.
I'm not trying to give Pam Bondi an out here. I'm just throwing out what could possibly be the
Right,
delay.
I know.
Are they trying to uncover, destroyed hard drives? I mean, I don't know.
Right. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that just doesn't make sense. This would be the only place where it's falling apart. Okay.
Right.
Now, could be because they're never going. The elites are never going. But Donald Trump doesn't believe that kind of stuff.
Right.
He has never shown that he's going to cover for the elites. So this is the only time is so far that they're dropping the ball. Everywhere else, they're going in guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
Are they doing it because they're covering, which is what we all suspect because of history? Or is this guy different enough and Pam knows what she has to do because the president said it? I want to put these people in jail.
All the rest of them have been in front of the cameras, though, and Pam is missing. she's missing since this.
Did you watch? You know much about Pam Bondi?
A little bit. I've talked to her a couple of times throughout the years when she
but
was in Tampa.
Was she good? Because I heard she was.
Well, not on the Second Amendment. I mean,
she was solid on that. Or was not solid on that.
Right,
one of those two.
One of those.
But they're so close.
I actually don't remember. I remember people liking her, though, when
I
she
do
was
too.
Florida
I remember
AG.
because she was in office when we were there, wasn't she? Yeah. So I remember liking her. I have good feelings about her, but I don't know her. I don't think I've ever. Maybe I met her once or twice, but not of anything of consequence.
It's interesting to me though because the JFK files were something that Trump promised to release last time, and then he didn't. And he just explained that a couple of months ago, why he didn't, and it was because people asked him not to, who he respected, and it was national security related and all that. And then maybe convinced himself, no, I'm going to do it anyway. And then maybe he was talked out of it again. I don't know. Maybe there's something there that they know that we don't know that disallows this ever coming out.
Well,
whether that's JFK,
Kash Patel said,
Epstein.
He said it's not what anybody suspects, and it's not a who, it's a what. Because I said, who are they protecting at this point?
Right.
He said it's not a who, it's a what. And it's not what everyone thinks.
So she was Attorney General in Florida when the shooting happened in Parkland. And she banned gun sales to people younger than 21 and enacted a red flag law, allowing law enforcement to petition a judge to temporarily confiscate the guns of someone deemed.
You're just on an anti-Pam.
Yeah.
I mean, burn the witch. That's what you're saying.
That's me. You know it, man.
Are you getting that check from George Soros today?
Yeah, today, or is that
what's
tomorrow?
happening?
Can you cash it on a Saturday?
No, because my bank has a limit on how much I can deposit each day, and right now I'm still cashing.
Now, does that include the
my Putin checks are still going through.
Right. Does that include the electronic transfers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
wow, that is weird.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
I got a limit.
How about that?
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Now that shouldn't stop you. If you want to send extra checks or something,
Nope,
my
I have
way,
no intention of sending you an extra dime at all. This is fantastic. Who made
Isn't
that?
it?
A listener made that for us.
Yeah.
And then we promptly broke it.
Yeah.
He's holding up.
You can't tell on TV that it's broken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. So, have you decided yet whether you're going to dox the journalist
No, I haven't.
at the Salt Lake Tribune?
I just haven't.
Because he doxed the really nice couple at the
Data Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he felt it was important to dox her husband.
Yeah.
And where he works and what he owns.
Oh, wow.
You know,
so people could boycott if they're actual
right, but no. Who said that?
Oh,
who said that? He did it for noble reasons. It was part of the story, and I haven't decided whether he, his wife, his children are part of the story yet.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
All right. What are some of the aspects of his children and where he lives and all of those things that you need to find out first before you decide?
First of all, I need to know, where does his wife work? What does she do?
Yeah.
Does she own anything? Is she a Mary Kay Cosmetics person?
Just out of nobility.
Wow.
Out of nobility. Because as he showed us, it was so important
to be part of the story.
To make sure that everyone knows where the husband works.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
What he owns.
Yeah.
And I think, well, wait a minute. Is his church involved in any of this? Should we? And not specifically the overarching church. Like if he's a Catholic, Which parish exactly does he go to?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, not as important as it is just noble.
Yeah,
it's noble work to do that.
I think this reporter is hoping that you run all of this information through Pam Bondi first to kind of make sure
that'll
that
slow it all down. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You know, can we seriously talk about this swatting epidemic among conservatives that is happening around the clock? I mean, we've got cat turds now been swatted 4 times. Joe Pags.
Hold on just a second. I just like to
I don't
say,
know his name.
I don't know.
There we go.
Cat turd is. I have a hard time.
You're getting lost on the point here.
Sympathy for cat turd.
You're getting lost on the point.
I am. I mean,
it does.
First of all, I don't know. Is it Mr. Cat Turn?
No, it's
Is it Mr.
Two.
Is it? Oh, it's
Yeah, you got to put the 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So is there a cat turd 1?
I think that account got blown up by the old Twitter regime.
Okay.
So
all
Chase
right.
Geiser at InfoWars, right? And we've got the Trump impersonator.
Wait, Case was swatted, or he's not the one that was just killed, right? Which
No.
was,
No,
okay.
Jamie White.
that's
was
Jamie
killed.
White.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We got the Trump impersonator, Sean, is it Farash? Is that right, Chris? Gunther Eagleman.
They've all
here in
been
Texas.
swatted?
Yeah, just
I
this
didn't know
week.
Joe Pags was.
geez.
Just this week. And that's just what
My
I've seen on X.
gosh.
I don't know. There might be others. I mean, someone's going to get killed.
Yeah, yes.
Well, it has.
Yes. That's lunacy. But that's where we
Let's
are
do
right
it.
now.
Have we thought about doing it with you?
Really, you got to
has
put that out
anyone
there because I'd
else
really
thought
appreciate
about
if you would.
calling the police on
Yeah, my
Keith?
family loving this right now.
Is
Yeah.
it noble, though?
Well, is your family involved? See, he just proved the point.
Just brought it up.
The family needs to be exposed.
Part of the story.
There's the real story. Keith Malinak, blah, 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 blah. What about your wife? What about your children? Where do they work? Where are they right now?
What about the sight holes on the front of my house that are ready?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
Stop.
against my sight holes?
Stop.
Right, cat turd.
All right.
He's cat turd. Cat turd.
3. Yeah.
3.
It's a third iteration of cat turdness. All right. Let me take a minute and thanks, Glenn. Let me take a minute and tell you about
No doubt.
the Jace case. It is so important to be prepared for any emergency. We live in a world that's constantly changing in ways that a lot of times we don't even see it coming. One thing, though, that will always remain the same is the need to be ready right now. Some emergency preparedness vitals include emergency contacts, a plan for evacuation routes with your family, meeting places, where everybody can get together because you're not together every minute of every day. You need a getaway bag with important documents, flashlights, batteries, non-perishable food, and you should really consider having a Jace case. It is this handy little item right here. It has 5 antibiotics in it. You can get add-ons like ivermectin, and you'll be prepared in case you get sick and you don't have access to your doctor or your pharmacy. You're absolutely going to want this. If you believe in preparedness at all, you need one in your home. All right? So go to jace.com, use the promo code PAT, and save at checkout. That's promo code PAT for a discount at jace.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We're talking about the doxing of people and the swatting of people where you send a SWAT team to somebody's house falsely. I mean, people should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law for doing that. Yesterday, I pulled up to a stoplight, and there was a Tesla right next to me, and I thought, I wonder if they're a little concerned right now.
No doubt.
I've
thought the same thing the last couple of days. Because in our neck of the woods, there's quite a few Teslas.
Oh, my gosh. It's like
quite
the
a few Teslas.
Tesla capital of the world.
It feels like the Tesla capital of the world.
Out in the burbs like South Lake, Texas, where Trump won easily, you probably don't need to be as concerned, as if you're driving a Tesla in Portland, Oregon, for instance.
Right.
But when you drive into the city, when you go to Dallas to a Mavs game, or you spend a night at medieval times in Dallas, or you go to Arlington to a Rangers game, maybe you won't get a Molotov cocktail tossed at you, but are you confident somebody's not going to key your Tesla? Just take a baseball bat to it? Something?
Whatever, yeah.
I mean, I could absolutely see it happen.
Me too.
And if you're one of those absolute butthooks who's terrorizing Tesla dealerships or charging stations or just Tesla owners, what is your thought process there? Is it that Elon Musk is going to see a ruined Tesla or charging station and say, well, they burned one of my cars. This effort just isn't worth it anymore. I better stop looking for waste and fraud in government. You got me. Okay, I'm done. All right, I'm leaving. I quit. But he doesn't care about that. It probably strengthens his resolve. Your little terrorist activity is not going to drive Elon Musk away from the Doge job he's doing. It's just not. And I don't know how people, it's like laying down in the freeway and impeding traffic for thousands or tens of thousands of people who are trying to go to work,
I'd be so
go to the
angry.
hospital. Oh, my gosh.
I would be
Does
so
that make you friendly
angry.
to their cause? Of course not. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. So I'd like to know their thought process. They just don't think. They're just, they're mentally ill.
I know.
And they just lash out.
I love, and that's just my kind of feeling with bumper stickers and license plates and all that kind of thing. I appreciate people who do it, but I don't want to do it. I mean, I just want to just be the stealth car on the road, man.
Yeah. If I had a Tesla right now, I'd be really concerned.
I mean, the
really
good thing about the Tesla is that it's constantly recording, right? And so if someone backs into your car in the parking lot and you're not there, it's still recording.
Yeah.
You've seen recordings of people. I saw some guy driving through New York City and some guy coming up and pounding on it and stuff. I mean, I don't know if you can track that guy down. But
I'm sure they could.
Maybe.
People you can.
If they cared enough, they could. If they cared enough. Mm-hmm. I mean, has anyone gone to jail? I mean,
not that I know
real?
of. Not that I know of.
We're back to Pam Bondi.
I'm sorry?
Has anyone gone to jail? I think not.
Oh, I see.
I think not.
Yeah, Pam, get on this Tesla stuff.
Well, they should be on that, too.
Well, we've got plenty goings on. I don't know if you want to get to this here. We had the protest clip 9 yesterday, the Tesla headquarters. I think it's headquarters, right? We got people dragged out. There we go.
Okay.
Because, I mean, they smashed
is this
the door.
in Austin?
So
I don't know, Jeff. I could never figure this out, man.
We don't know where this happened?
No, but I just know out in the front there you see like the big Tesla sign. And wait.
Okay.
We should catch that badge or the patch on the side of the cop.
That might be.
Is that New York? Oh, it's New York. Okay. All right, keep it
the
going.
dealership in New York.
Oh, it's the dealership.
Okay. Yes, that's what
All
it
right,
was.
so we had this. I mean, this went on. You had a bunch of
Screwballs.
freaks
What are you doing?
out front there. Okay.
How is this helping?
Frankie, and I'm getting arrested
Hey,
today
Frankie.
for protesting Elon Musk fought his way into office.
Yeah.
He fought his way into heading a government.
Put her in
agency.
solitary
He fought his
confinement.
power at the expense
Bet you
of
like
the
that.
American people, at the expense of our
I can't
environment.
take
So
it.
that's clip 9.
At the expense of our environment.
Let's go to clip 10. A robot vandalized in London. Tesla robot there. I mean, does no one do anything? Like,
Yeah. How are they? They're just calmly.
yeah, I'm out of here. See ya.
My gosh. Okay. I hope they were arrested. That actually makes it look a little bit
I was going to say, that's a piece of
Kind of
art.
cool. That's a good
piece of art.
color. That's a good color.
It's not bad.
You can have your own Tesla robot painted that way if you want.
How much extra are they going to run you?
I just do it yourself at home once they show up.
And then, I mean, you got a screaming congressman. Was it John Larson? I don't know. I think the next clip there in Congress yesterday because Elon Musk didn't show up to a hearing.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature?
Don't yell in the microphone, bro.
We're an equal branch of government.
Calm down.
And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk?
No.
I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it?
Because
he
You
doesn't
know
have to.
why.
have to. You work for him.
Because he's out to privatize
Stop yelling in
Social
the mic.
Security.
No. What?
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
When they break down into that lie again.
I can't
That's unbelievable.
take it. Elon Musk can't privatize Social
Nothing
Security.
to do with that.
I've never even heard him mention that. Hey, you know what I want is to privatize Social Security. I mean, they're going back to the Bush administration for that. That's when we were talking about it. And by the way, even then, you had the choice.
Yep.
Their plan was if you want to privatize, you can. Or you can stick with the current system.
Right.
Boy, that was a good plan, too.
Oh, it was a great
And,
plan.
I mean,
I would have privatized in a heartbeat.
And he said it right after he won re-election. And
Yeah.
he said, like, I think it was in the week after that. Maybe it was the day after. I've got political capital. I'm going to spend it. And that was his first plan of his second term. And it went over like a wet fart in church. And I'm telling you, that would have been life-changing for people in this country.
Went over like the Hindenburg.
Yep.
How did that go? Not that well. Not that well.
Not.
And every time you bring up Social Security, any sort of change in it, despite the fact that we're on the precipice of absolute catastrophe with it, that it's about to go completely bankrupt and nobody will have any benefits, people go cataclysmic.
Well, that's why he's
if you
upset
even bring
because
it up.
They want to privatize it.
No, they don't.
That's why he's mad.
No, they don't. And Elon Musk can't. Okay.
And you wonder why there's so much anger and hatred
man.
toward Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I mean, right there.
Yeah, right
in
there.
Congress.
Just make up lies immediately.
Yeah.
Like that. My gosh. And for them to think he needs to jump because they said so is pretty amazing. It's pretty, like you said, there is an equal branch of government here, the executive branch and the legislative. And there has to be a good reason, and there's a process to go through if you want Elon Musk to testify before you. Did they subpoena him?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. They may have
highly doubt
requested.
it. It's a Republican.
Yeah, they might have said, "Hey,
they
would
requested
you
his
mind
appearance.
coming down?" And he's like, "No, I've got things to do." So stick it up your rectal cavity, okay? That's what I suggest you do. Yeah. Man, and the dealership thing and the Tesla thing, we're just. This is dangerous territory. It's a really scary road we're headed down right now, because this is an eat the rich sort of thing. You could see this spiraling out of control from just Tesla to everybody who's got any symbol of wealth being a target of these fruitcakes. Could happen.
Yes, it could.
It could absolutely happen.
I mean, with Trump's tax breaks and helping his rich cronies.
Yeah, right. The richest 1%.
Yeah.
Only them.
I mean, he just got done talking about eliminating taxes for people with less who make less than $150,000.
Right.
But that's benefiting the rich. Okay. Okay.
I know.
Come on now.
I know. And the good thing is, this administration is not going to sit by and let these lies just spill out of their stupid faces. They're going to address them, and they have been, and that's great, but they need to do even more of it, because the left is scaring the crap out of people.
They are.
It's despicable.
I know.
I don't know. It makes me so angry that there aren't words that are strong enough to express it. Well, there are. I just can't use them here.
Go ahead.
So,
you can.
No, I
you
can't.
You can.
No, I really can't.
Oh, you're maddening.
Whose name's on the wall?
Let me look here. Oh,
you're maddening too.
Great.
No,
Anybody know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
All right.
So I was actually helping Jeffy's point there, as in you can. You see.
Oh, I see. See, that's what he was doing. He was helping you out.
Yeah. I didn't feel that way, but okay, thanks.
Well, you're not one to pick up on a lot of nuance. That's for sure.
All right. We're gonna check in with the Fat Five with Jeffy here momentarily. Also, a lot of stuff going on with Russia right now. The Ukrainian-Russian situation is getting to a point where something might happen pretty soon. It might be good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Of course.
I've got some hope. I mean, Putin.
Look at this. Yeah.
Opened up a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, this was 2 days ago. We got a little nervous when he started showing up in military garb.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, that's an unusual look for him. Hey, buddy, maybe we're on a war footing or something. He's got a limp.
Maybe that's just the heaviest jacket he has.
Maybe that's what it is. It
really
goes with
cold.
everything.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
So then yesterday he actually spoke. I don't know if you want to play that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have time here?
Clip 2, yep.
Okay.
We agree with the propositions to stop hostilities, but we proceed from the fact that such ceasefire should be such that would lead to a permanent peace and remove
not yet.
the original causes of the crisis.
Okay. So in theory, for a ceasefire, but
yeah,
not
the worst.
yet.
We're not ending the war.
We got some things we got to
He's got some issues that he wants resolved. So I'm sure they'll get into that. You have a little give and take. It's going to take that, I think, to resolve
We've
this.
reached out to Washington, but we don't know what they said.
Right.
Yep. All right. More coming up. We got the Fat Five next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We got Jeffy here with the Fat Five.
I was thinking about, we were talking about it off the air about the announcer talking about the parents of the son.
How asinine
they care
is
about
that?
the game more than their son. I can attest that that's not true.
No, yeah, you've seen it.
That's not true. I have lived through that, and it's not true. At the point that your athlete kid goes down.
So when Elvis Fisher went down with his knee injury against Georgia, you were like, oh,
what about the game?
The game. Get up. Get
him off the field.
Georgia. You lazy bastard. Get up and block.
Well, I may have said that. But I cared more about actually him than the game. It's an amazing thing.
Wow. So even Jeffy cared more about his son than the game?
Well, at that time, that was my retirement plan. That fell through.
That's right.
Now I don't even talk to him.
And that's why his children became your wife's grandchildren, not yours.
Absolutely correct.
Right.
100%.
That's the origin story.
Yes. Happy Pie Day, 314. Happy Pie Day. Get your discounts on
pie?
Pie all day today.
Yeah, cool.
Have
Somewhere.
fun. Yeah, Happy
Is there
Pie
a
Day.
pie shop that actually does that?
How about that blood moon last night, huh?
How about it?
Wow,
did that ever look?
Bleeding.
Like blood.
It looked like a drop of blood up in the
We didn't get much of it here, though, because it was pretty cloudy. The FBI, you know them, you love them, has issued a nationwide warning about a new wave of smishing attacks spreading across the United States. Smishing texts are fraudulent messages sent via SMS or text messaging with the intent to trick recipients into revealing personal information such as passwords, credit card details, or other sensitive data. The term smishing is a combination of SMS and phishing.
Right.
And cyber criminals have registered more than 10,000 domains to fuel these scams, which target iPhone and Android users with fraudulent text messages. Now, a new report from cybersecurity firm Palo Alto Networks Unit 42, which I love, they say that these scams lure victims into providing all the data and bank details. Now, the messages you saw, I saw it go up, and So this is the one that I took a screenshot that came to me. This is an example of the smishing.
It's your final warning, man.
I know, and this
pay those unpaid tolls.
I can't tell you. I've gotten at least a dozen of these.
I've gotten many too.
At least a dozen of these, and I report it, delete it, report it for spam, and they just use another number, and it comes through with the same thing. The very first one, I remember thinking, we owe money on the toll tag. They automatically take that out. You can't get down below $25, and they're digging you another $50.
That's right.
I mean,
yeah.
And by the way, don't freak out if you do get one of those texts and you think that maybe it is legit. Because I know for a fact that the toll tag people do not report your stuff to the credit bureaus.
That's correct. Well, and they don't they don't send text messages out if you owe them money.
They send paper letters.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
So yes, they do. Yes, they do. If you happen to go through and it doesn't read that you went through. They definitely send that. So, and with the iPhones now, iPhone will send the suspicious links to spam. So now they send the link, a text to the iPhone users with a URL message. So you need to copy and paste this into the URL outside of your text message. I guess it works when people are getting scammed by it. McAfee Cybersecurity said that Dallas, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Orlando are among the top 5 cities being targeted, and Miami, Houston, Denver, Phoenix, and Seattle are the other 5 that are being hammered a lot with these smishing. Authorities have noted a 4-fold increase in these scams since January, and I would bet
I want these people to go to prison for life. I mean, without the possibility of parole. I just want them in a federal penitentiary for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, they think that it's these Chinese.
Pisses me off.
They've got all these Chinese domains.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
good luck.
Chinese.
Good luck throwing them in jail.
Are they also the ones that every once in a while I get a message left in Chinese? Do you get those? I don't know who it comes from. I don't know why they're sending it to me. I don't know what the scam is.
You're visiting.
No, nothing. No, it's a text. It's a text.
I know, but they know your text number when you log on.
All right. I'll refer them to you because
fine with me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
What was her name? What's her face? Wang Fu or
Fang Fang?
Fang Fang. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think we lost her, right? Sorry.
I think we did.
The Roomba's days could be numbered. The iRobot Roomba, the maker of Roomba, iRobot, the autonomous vacuum cleaner, they told investors this week that it could cease to operate in the next 12 months if it doesn't find a buyer. Amazon planned to acquire the company for $1.7 billion and a couple years ago, and that fell through amid regulatory pressure. So since then, the CEO has stepped down. They've laid off more than half of their workforce. They're blaming competition from Chinese manufacturers. The stock is way down. And look, we're all going to have robots in our homes, actual robots in our homes doing the sweeping. So say goodbye to the Roomba. Sorry about that. I read this this week, and I thought, I don't know that I've ever thought of that. The water we drink is estimated to be around 4.5 billion years old, which is older than Earth itself. Right? So this is because the water was present when the solar system formed. So they claim that, are we drinking the water that dinosaurs did, molecularly speaking? Yes. The same water that exists today also did when the dinosaurs roamed the Earth.
That's
so
cool.
all water on Earth is recycled in some way. Okay. If you say so.
I don't know that I believe that, but all right, whatever.
So that bottle that I just opened from Sam's Club or Walmart or Costco,
a T-Rex had gulped that down many years ago.
Aside from the plastic particles that I'm taking in, I'm also taking in T-Rex pee. So great, awesome.
That's great.
Maybe this weekend you can ask the ICR because it's Dino Week.
Oh, nice.
And what do they do for Dino Week?
They bring out a bunch of dinosaur experts. They bring out a bunch of fossils, and kids can touch the fossils, and
that'd be
big
fun.
old party.
Oh, he's gonna touch the butt.
But they're gonna tell you that this happened like 7,000 years ago, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not 4.5 billion.
Right.
No, don't you dare bring that
or
number up.
In the case of dinosaur, 65 million.
Definitely don't bring that number up.
Yeah, really, yeah.
No, we'll bring it up. They've got good arguments
and they'll
for
debunk
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They'll start
and
fighting
they do a
words,
really
thank
good
you,
job
Keith.
of that.
But they also believe that space is not as vast as we think it is?
Oh, no, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Especially if you do the special presentation that they've created. Oh, yeah, they talk about how deep a space is.
Okay. Because they don't believe in Big Bang, right? The Big Bang
theory.
Theory.
We saw the presentation, the one presentation that we sat through, and I feel like that's not what they were promoting.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's fascinating, and I highly recommend a tour of it.
Oh my gosh, it was
really
great.
fun.
Yeah.
Really a fun place.
Absolutely. Hey, be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Rate and review where possible, please. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Harvey Weinstein, you know him, you love him. His retrial from his 2020 rape and sexual assault conviction that was cast aside is now set for April 15th. The experts say it will largely be an abridged version of the original one. In addition, though, a new charge is based on an allegation from a woman who was not part of the first case. Judge Curtis Farber ruled on a number of outstanding issues this week. It's awesome. The judge granted prosecution request to call Dawn Hughes, the psychologist expert. You saw her during the Amber Heard trial. You saw her during R. Kelly's trial, so she's going to be there for this. And the judge also granted the defense request to preclude the term survivor from being used to describe Weinstein's accusers. He told prosecutors to instruct any police officers who testify to refer to the women as complaining witnesses. Nice. That'll be fun to watch. As his last court appearance, Weinstein told the judge, "Hey, we need to move this case along because I don't know how long I can hold on with cancer, heart issues, and the harsh conditions at Rikers Island." And so the judge said, "Well, I'm in the middle of a murder case, and if it ends early, we'll bump you up." But Harvey showed up in court this week. He looked
spry?
He looked better than he has in a while, but he does not look well.
No, he doesn't.
That's it with the attorney and the assistant attorney. This is the assistant, and Harvey smiling. The security guards, the jail personnel, are not happy with Harvey there.
No, they don't seem
Harvey
to be
at all. They do not like Harvey at all.
All right, let me tell you about any time in life that you're making a really big move. You're selling your house, you're buying a house, you're relocating, any of that. You need a really good realtor, and that's where Real Estate Agents I Trust come in. It's a complicated process. There's a lot of really hard decisions to make, and you need that advice from somebody who's in that field who can help you understand what kinds of changes are going to help you get the money you need and what are a waste of your time and money. Real Estate Agents I Trust. These are successful people. They're the best in the business, the best in each market. If we couldn't find a great realtor in a certain market, we just don't have one there. But there's something like 1,500 of these agents spread across the country. So chances are really good we can help you find one. It's a free service we provide to you. You don't pay a thing to get together with a great realtor. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed is back.
Yeah. As we continue with the Chewing the Fat Five, South Dakota recently passed legislation banning the use of state funds for research, production, promotion, sale, or distribution of lab-grown meat and insect-based foods. Right. The law is set to take effect July 1st. It will prohibit the use of public tax dollars for researching or purchasing cultivated meats. They thanked the Beef Initiative, the non-governmental organization dedicated to food security through local access, for providing testimony during the legislative protest. South Dakota now joins other states protecting their own animal agriculture interests. Florida, Alabama, and Nebraska have bills. Nebraska says that cultivated food protein and requires those products to be labeled as adulterated food products. It's not really as strong as Florida. Florida law criminalizes activities involving cultured meat, with people found to be violating it, guilty of a second-degree misdemeanor.
Really? Jeez. Okay.
Ron DeSantis signed that bill last year. Yeah. Not messing around. The new law makes
have you ever had fake meat?
For any person to manufacture, sell, hold, or offer for sale or distribute cultivated meat in the state of Florida.
I've never had it, I don't think.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, we've had
We've had cultivated meat?
Yeah, we had the Whoppers, the Impossible Burgers.
Oh, well, that's not cultivated, right? That's just plant product.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I've never had the cultivated where they manufacture it.
You're right, because that's what I was thinking. That it was,
Impossible Burgers is just plant-based. That's not cultivated.
It's cultivated enough for me.
It's nasty to it doesn't taste that bad.
It's got that weird aftertaste.
It does. Yeah,
really strange.
And that's why it's not really a big thing anymore. It seems like
no, it's not. It's kind of gone away a little bit.
It does seem to have.
Yeah, it's kind of gone away.
Because A, it was expensive. B, it wasn't any better for you. I think is what we discovered.
It tasted like crap.
It costs more to produce.
And so why? Why would I do it? No.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
So once they start adding bugs and making it cheaper, and there's plenty of countries in Europe that use bug dust, and we have bug dust here that they're using in production too. So
I think RFK's on that though. RFK Jr.'s on that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I thought he was concerned with, yellow dye 842.
Well, that too. Yes, he is. He is that too.
That's my boy.
That's right. That's your boy. Get him after bug dust. We need that to go away.
All right.
Hey, one more thing. When Okay, this wasn't in my Fat Five, but I read it this morning. That a judge, federal judge, William J. Alsop, ruled that 6 federal agencies, the Department of Treasury, Veterans Affairs, Agriculture, Defense, Energy, and Interior, must reinstate the probationary employees who were fired as part of the Trump administration's downsizing of the government. What? No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
They're trying to get the Supreme Court involved in this.
Well, this judge pointed his finger at the attorneys and said the firings are a gimmick, and they were fired under the pretense of poor performers, and we have to get them their jobs back.
What?
No.
Yeah. Not your concern.
No.
Butt out.
Wow. I just do not
weird.
understand that at all.
That's weird. There's so many things going on that just don't make any sense. And it's all based in hatred for Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
That's for sure. That's the entirety of it all right there. They just hate Trump.
Right.
And it's because the infection of Trump derangement syndrome has taken hold.
It drives everything they do. Every single thing they do.
It sure does.
Hey, there's a new documentary. Do we have the trailer for the documentary? Yeah, okay. We'll play this coming up in a few minutes. But there's a documentary that asserts the presence of extraterrestrial life on Earth and alleges a U.S. government effort to hide information. What? Who saw that coming? We've been talking about this for a while, but there's quite a few impressive people involved in this document. One of them is Marco Rubio, who really believe not only do aliens exist, but they're here, and we've got proof of it.
I mean,
do you believe that?
You could make the case when you see Marco's ears that he's...
Thank you. Someone had to say it.
Someone had to say it.
But there's a bipartisan group of government officials, including Rubio, Kirsten Gillibrand. I mean...
Oh, okay.
South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds. They're all calling for more transparency. So let's have it. Can we once and for all get to the bottom of it? Show us what you got.
I think this is just another thing that we're never gonna get to.
It does feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh, Pam Bondi's in charge?
So we're good. So we're good. She's still missing?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's their poster right there.
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll see.
All right.
All right. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. Got a few tweets here. Rowdy Introvert tweets, the next generation of Tesla Cybertrucks will have a cloaking mode that, when enabled, will make the vehicle look like a 2001 Pontiac Aztec. That way, no one will want to go anywhere near it.
Oh, no.
No one even knows what a Pontiac Aztec looks like anymore.
That's for sure. I can't picture one in my head. Not sure that I've ever.
Let's see here.
I have driven a Pontiac Aztec before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah, it did not last
you steal
long.
It? Mm-hmm.
It didn't. What?
Did you steal it?
No.
Okay.
How dare
Good.
you?
All right.
Okay. What do you mean? How dare him?
I know it's the next logical step, isn't it?
I steal it.
I drove it once, so you must have stolen it.
I said I have driven.
Yes.
Not just once.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pontiac Aztec 2001.
Are they beautiful? Beautiful vehicles?
Yeah, they are.
These look much more modern.
It's like the AMC Gremlin. Remember that thing?
Yes.
I loved it when there was, I don't know what the commercial was for. It pulls up to a gas station and the attendant, which tells you how long ago this was, the attendant walks up to the owner of the Gremlin and says, "Where's the other half of your car?" So there it is.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I have too.
But I don't want to ruin the tweet. It's still funny.
No. Jimmy Dimples, Putin was KGB. I'm wondering if his military garb might mean he's about to go into James Bond villain mode. Well, I don't know that he ever leaves James Bond.
That's his life.
And from DMXDM, Jeffy believes in the Big Bang, but it means something entirely different. Right, you're talking. It's the TV show, right? That's what you think of.
I was forced to like that show.
Why? By whom?
People in my house.
Really?
Yeah, They started watching it, and I mean, it's funny.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
That's.
It might be a little bit too big guy humor for you.
Yeah, because you have to be 400 or 500 pounds to watch that and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay. The Wall Street Journal thinks it made an amazing discovery about President Trump because he did something fairly interesting this week. He went to Speaker Mike Johnson and he proposed a deal. I guess it was last month. He said, I'll give you one of the White House portraits of Thomas Jefferson if you give me the portrait of James K. Polk that's hanging in the U.S. Capitol.
Nice.
Johnson agreed. Of course he agreed.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't swap Thomas Jefferson out for James K. Polk?
Right.
I would in a heartbeat. But,
I mean, we even honored James K. Polk for years. And we're still making that deal.
Exactly. Exactly. It was
James K. Polk Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't get any more honored than that.
Thank you.
Get yourself a full day on the Pat and Stu show.
That's awesome.
But the thing is, Polk oversaw the largest expansion of the United States in history. So we gained more territory under him than any other president. And you might think, well, what about the Louisiana Purchase? Wasn't that bigger? Yes, if you only include the war against Mexico and the territory we got from that. But he also annexed Texas. So that was a lot of territory.
Yeah.
So in addition to the Mexican-American War, which we won handily, and then, because out of the goodness of our hearts, this is what we do, we also gave them $15 million for the territory. We didn't have to. Our troops pushed Mexican troops all the way back to Mexico City, and we took their capital city, and we gave it all back. So I don't want to hear it. If you want to undo all the Treaty of Guadalupe, you don't get the United States, the Southwest Territory.
Thank you.
We get Mexico. So I hate that. But he did all that. Polk did all that in 4 years. So the Wall Street Journal is thinking that Trump is trying to outdo James K. Polk in American territory.
And he will with Canada and Greenland.
Canada and Greenland would do it.
That
would do it.
I don't think we need to make them states. We need to make them territories. I'm not for making either one of these places states. But I know Trump is talking about making them states, but territories. You become territories.
Yes, and I think that's all Greenland would ever be. The Canadian thing, I don't think is even serious. I think he's punking Canada right
probably.
now. He's just trying to get under their skin,
and it works,
working really well.
Absolutely, because we don't really want it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We don't really want it.
In fact, I have I got an opinion piece that was written in the New York Post about just that. It was written by a British guy, English guy. And so his thing is, imagine you had a woke lunatic living in your attic. Someone who contributed nothing to your household beyond barking politically correct slogans and yet expected full room and board.
Right.
You might hear him or her or them stomping around late at night yelling, "Trans women are women!" or "Defund the police!" And the next morning they'd be down with their hand out expecting breakfast and pocket money.
I brought syrup.
A nightmare, right? Well, I increasingly think that's what it would be like if Canada really were to become America's 51st state. Yeah. I think he's right on this.
Absolutely.
It would be like having an overgrown teenager skulking around at the top of his mighty republic, draining your resources, causing you embarrassment, and poisoning your body politic with PC crap. And he says that's exactly what has happened in Great Britain with Scotland. Scotland's the same situation, according to this guy. which I didn't realize that's how they felt about the Scots. But probably only conservatives feel that way, because apparently the Scots are fairly liberal.
Liked each other for a long time anyway. So,
but he says, seriously, guys, this vast 51st state with its 41 million people would be a royal pain in your neck, electorally and economically.
Yeah,
and we can't forget that because the territories that they're talking about, if we got Puerto Rico, who would definitely be a Democrat state. You got D.C. that they want to make a state, another Democrat state if it ever happened. And Canada would be another Democrat state. So you'd have, if you did all three.
Guam a territory?
Yeah.
Guam's a territory, right? Yeah.
But that's going to stay a territory, I believe.
So it's Puerto Rico.
Because we're too worried about it becoming so overly populated that it would tip over and capsize.
Yeah.
So we're not. We don't anticipate that.
Oh, we don't?
We don't?
Oh, I thought that's why it wasn't becoming a state.
Oh, wow.
Huh, weird. All right. So I don't think the Canada thing is happening. I really believe he's serious about Greenland.
Absolutely.
He wants Greenland. And they've got rare earth minerals abundantly.
We're being nice right now, but like I said, just go over and put a flag up. It's ours. Do something. Nobody's going to...
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
We're going to throw a wooden shoe at us, Denmark. Stop it. It's ours now.
There's another little issue that he's talking about. I think he just brought this up yesterday. He's asked the military to look into ways that we might invade Panama.
You got to be prepared.
You got to be prepared. As long as it's just preparation,
I thought we were good. BlackRock's taking over Panama Canal. We're good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You want a Boy Scout president, and that's what we have. He's just preparing.
Yeah.
Just in case.
So,
and here's the pictures of the James K. Polk portrait in the Oval Office.
Okay. Oh, right there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. So
you guys have a problem with Trump turning the Oval Office into a golden palace?
It's most definitely is, man. He's redecorated everywhere.
Go back to the other picture. Slowly we're transitioning.
It's transitioning to the Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, look at that.
There's so much gold. I can't.
And he's got stuff everywhere now.
It's on the coffee table.
Man.
You saw during the... I don't know if it shows up in this picture. There's something.
That's not my favorite decorating motif. But
gold. I don't know if this.
Trump.
No, I'm not a Trump.
I don't know if this
not a Trump.
are just really nice coasters.
No, those are gold coasters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sitting right there in front of.
They're just. Are they actual? Are they just painted?
It said gold.
It says Trump on it.
So.
It's awesome.
Great.
That's awesome.
Good stuff.
I love it.
All right. And he's got his James K. Polk portrait.
Right behind him.
Right behind him.
And you know what else he's got in the Oval now for a while is that the FIFA trophy.
Oh, yes.
The FIFA World Cup trophy that they brought in, and it opens up, and it's really a cool-looking trophy. And just leave it here.
And they did.
Yeah, they did.
Wow. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Just put it over there.
Okay, man.
It's awesome.
I mean, they put the gold thing on the fireplace.
Yeah.
That wasn't there before. The golden eagle under the table.
I wouldn't put it past Trump to talk to like the White House curator or somebody. Was like, here, you can put that picture back up. How much is going to cost to paint the old Churchill bust in gold?
Gold?
Spray paint it or something.
Yeah, because look at the fireplace holders there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all gold.
That's really something. That's really something. All right,
we got to get Trump painted on the back of that fireplace, though. I like seeing just those smoky old bricks from the fireplace.
Right.
But he doesn't want his name burned.
That's true.
Right? So you'd have to treat it with some asbestos or something. Might not be super healthy. Last night, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer caved and said he and other Senate Democrats would vote to keep the government up and running. They realized, you know what? That's something we keep trying to blame Republicans for. Maybe we don't want to do that now.
It was just ridiculous how yesterday quotes from Democrats from just a few months ago saying you have to continue. And it's almost the same exact CR. They have nothing here. And there you go.
Apparently they realize that, though. Usually they don't, or they don't care.
They don't care.
So he and the president were playing a game of chicken, and President Trump won. So the government will not be shutting down tonight. And
Is that official?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to vote.
Pretty official, but they haven't had the vote, but they've already caved.
All right.
And there are some more wins for the president. Other important things coming in our country, though, like big-time investments. Check this out.
Many yesterday, General Motors was in. They want to invest $60 billion. The people from Facebook were in yesterday. They're going to invest $60 billion by the end of the year. Other people are talking about numbers. Apple, as you know, a few days ago announced $500 billion investment. They're going to build their plants in the United States.
Good.
Which, as you know, almost all of their plants are in China. Now they're building in the United States. Look, the reason is two things. Number one, the election, November 5th. And the other thing is tariffs. I think probably in that order. But Tim Cook came in and he announced 500. Think of it, 500 billion, not million.
It's a
500 million's a lot when you think about it, right? But I would have been happy with 500 million, but it's $500 billion investment by Apple in the United States. And that's because of the election result, and it's because of the tariffs and the tax incentives, too. Tariffs and tax incentives.
Okay. So apparently there's three things there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they're also investing in, they want to, we need to up our game in nuclear power. We need some plants built. Let's go. They are spending money and talking to people. Let's go.
That's great that they're doing it here.
Yeah.
That's great.
That needs to happen.
We were talking about the Greenland situation. He also updated us on that.
Oh.
What is your vision for the potential annexation of Greenland and getting the potential?
Yeah. Well, I think it'll happen, and I'm just thinking, I didn't give it much thought before, but I'm sitting with a man that could be very instrumental. Mark, we need that for international security, not just security, international. We have a lot of our favorite players, cruising around the coast, and we have to be careful. And we'll be talking to you. It's a very appropriate, really a very appropriate question.
There's an issue in the high north, so the Arctic. So what you did. So when it comes to Greenland, yes or not joining the US, I would leave that outside for me this discussion because I don't want to break that. But when it comes to the high north and the Arctic, you are totally right. The Chinese are now using these routes. We know that the Russians are rearming. We know we have a lack of icebreakers. So the fact that the outside Russia, there are 7 Arctic countries working together on this under U.S. leadership is very important to make sure that that region, that part of the world stays safe. And we know things are changing there, and we have to be there.
But don't put me between that rock and a hard place. I got nothing to do with that.
I got nothing to do with that, though.
Don't bring me into that.
I got nothing to do with that.
So that's the NATO chief there, and
the NATO chief. Okay.
They just had an election there in Greenland, and it was a surprise.
Yeah, it went toward people that like us, right?
Well, no, that probably more so than the other side. But they're saying that we want to be independent, not Americans.
No problem. You're independent. Yeah, exactly. You're an independent territory. You're ours. I don't know why that's not difficult to understand.
You'll be as independent as the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Guam, whatever.
We're gonna tack a couple of letters on the front of your name. It's now you're U.S. Greenland.
Yeah, that's it.
It's fine.
That's it.
Whatever.
Don't like it? Tough.
Do something about it, man. We got more people in our armed forces than you have in your country.
Please, you don't want a Dutch invasion of the United States of America. New York will be New Amsterdam again overnight.
All right.
They'll just overwhelm us with wooden shoes.
Do something. Okay.
All right. Let me tell you about Kexi. And let me tell you something kind of interesting. Because if you're looking for the perfect gift for clients or employees, our gourmet cookies make a delicious and memorable impression on your clients. Whether you're a business owner or part of a company that sends gifts, we make the process seamless so you can focus on what truly matters, growing your business. We ship nationwide, delivering fresh baked cookies straight to your recipients' doors. Plus, we offer customizable notes featuring your logo, ensuring they know exactly who to thank. So you can send that ultimate gift today. You just visit Kexi.com/gifting, and you can fill out a form and get started.
What if I'm not a business? Is there a way for me to?
There is. Yeah. You know what you could do? You could go to Kexi.com. You don't even need the /gifting, and then just order.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you could just order them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And here's what people are saying. 5-star cookies. You have the absolute best cookies we've ever had. When I heard the word cookie before, I immediately thought of a certain chocolate chip favorite in America. Yours makes those taste like dust and rocks. Yours are moist, fresh, flavorful, and huge. Keep up the great work. Plus, the sugar lemon cookie is back.
Nice.
And this time, it's pissed.
Good.
And but that doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about how pissed it is. Just eat it. Keksi.com. Go to Keksi, Keksi.com.
Join the conversation online at Pat Unleashed. Pat Gray will return after this.
Welcome. Hi there. It's a Pat Gray program. Pat Gray Unleashed. Great to have you with us. Got some tweets here. Texas Lori D says, Big Bang Theory was awful, Jeffy. Just because the couch is comfy doesn't mean you can't reach for the clicker. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Whatever. Stop it. Stop it. It was only on for, I don't know, how Big Bang Theory, at least 8 or 9, maybe 10 seasons, right? I mean, that was a long time.
Probably, yeah.
I don't even remember how long
I've never seen a single episode, but it was on a long time. I do know that.
You're embarrassing yourself now.
Am I?
Yeah,
Am I? Because I didn't watch Big Bang Theory?
Stop. Stop.
I guess I have no shame because I don't feel ashamed of that. That's interesting.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Gen X Kid tweets, if Greenland becomes a territory, we'll need an experienced Territorian to rule it. I nominate the ever-qualified Chris Cruz.
Yeah, that's a big gate, though. Can he handle it?
I don't know. That's the other thing. But he already has his chicken army to protect it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I sure do.
Yeah. That's all it'll take when the Dutch come and try to take it back.
Chickens attack.
Not Jess tweets, I think we figured out where all the gold from Fort Knox is.
Oh, wow. That's possible. That's a good call.
No
Trump
wonder
is
he's slow walking this.
That's a good
using
call.
it to decorate the White House. Probably more secure that way. Look at that. I mean, there's a better shot that Chris had on his iPhone that is stunning on the gold invasion in the Oval Office. It's incredible.
It looks like Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm sorry. I don't like the decor, but, you know.
It makes him happy. It
makes him happy.
It keeps him happy.
That's great. Yeah.
I tell you, you're walking into the Oval Office anyway, but to be overwhelmed by that.
Yeah.
And he has the golden shades still, so the whole thing is golden.
Yeah. Probably replace the carpeting with a gold carpet.
So he's having the desk refurbished, right? Does that mean that
that's
gold
what they
is going to
said.
be
That's what they
is
said.
That why?
I don't know.
Maybe.
They said it was being refurbished, and then they said it was bugged, and then
there's a booger on it.
We haven't heard anything else about it, so I feel like the Resolute desk is
gold
put back in the box, and we're not. It's just done. But maybe it is. Maybe he's having it gold plated.
Maybe
gold trimmed. Yeah,
we'll soon see. I guess.
Awesome. That'd be awesome.
It would not surprise me at this point.
It would not surprise me.
Based on what we just saw.
Touched up a little bit.
As we talked about last week, Democrats in the Senate have been spewing the exact same message, word for word, and they did it again. This time, it's 50 House Democrats tweeting out the same exact message.
Look at this.
It's really incredible.
I mean, does anybody have a separate mind in the Democrat Party?
No. I mean, you just scroll through these posts, and it's all the same.
House Democrats stand united for a 4-week funding extension that stops harmful cuts, keeps government open. Exactly the same thing over and over, and they just cut and paste.
Yeah, and it's actually worse than that.
Wow.
There was, I forgot who this was. I don't know if he's like an influencer on the left or something, but he had a he had a tweet that came out talking about President Trump's reckless decision to fire thousands of blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that tweet was released or posted after that individual had passed away yesterday. So they're just, I mean, clearly it's organic, all of the pushback on Donald Trump when you have dead people tweeting out missives against Trump. Jeff, you not following this?
I am. So he died, but I mean, he said people scheduled posts all the time.
Okay, so he scheduled the post before he died, and then he kicked it.
Yeah, there's nothing more important than scheduling an anti-Trump tweet. Why wouldn't you just send that in the moment?
What did he die of?
Probably the vaccine.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, okay.
I have no idea.
I'm sure they didn't say that, though, because they never do.
No, they don't. That would go against the narrative.
Because we lost another Democrat congressman, too.
Yes, we did.
Right?
We're down 2 now.
Out of
this session.
Oklahoma or Arizona, right? Arizona.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, they're
dropping like flies.
They are.
Yeah.
Trump's not only...
Well, they've been holding off on the Elise Stefanik appointment to the UN because it would make the margin a little too thin in the House. So...
how many more have to drop over?
That's what I'm
before
saying.
she
Like,
goes to
hey,
the
you
UN?
know what? No, I think you got enough of a buffer there. Go ahead and send her to the UN.
Yeah, it's getting to a safer number right now.
Fine.
Yeah, so interesting. All right, 888-900-3393. We're going to talk with Hilary about some interesting. Man, there is some stuff going on in the UFC that, from former UFC people, that I think you're going to find fascinating. We'll get into that with Hilary next.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Joined by Hilary Kennedy from HilaryKennedy.com. Hilary Kennedy all over social media.
Thanks.
Where do you spend most of your time? Online.
Mainly on Instagram.
Oh. Instagram?
Yes, and on the 4-minute buzz. So, yeah, I would love to hear from anybody on Instagram, especially about some of these stories. I've got some good ones today.
Yeah. You just had a vacation, which is unacceptable. We can't have.
Thank you.
You didn't run this by us. I'd like to point out.
Well, I missed all of you a lot, but I do from time to time like to take a couple days off and
whatever.
Not get up so early.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Whatever.
No dedication.
Are we allowed to know where you went?
Yeah, I went to San Diego.
Yeah, she posted.
Loved it.
I saw the vacation.
Thank you.
Pics.
You follow me on Instagram.
I do. I saw the
Jeffy.
vacation pics.
Yeah,
and you had a good time?
I had a great time. I love San Diego. Fun fact for people that haven't spent a lot of time in San Diego or Coronado Island, very conservative area, which surprised me. Also very religious, which also surprised
Really?
me. Yeah.
That is surprising.
But I love San Diego.
Well,
Nicest
we
people
can't have
in
everything.
the world. Everybody's in a good mood.
And they haven't left the state yet, huh? They haven't seceded down there?
No, but boy, if I could move Coronado Island here.
Yeah.
It's just
And the weather
best.
is pretty close to
Great
perfect
weather.
year-round.
Yes, everybody's in a
it's
good mood
nice.
because they live in San Diego. So yeah, it was wonderful.
It's nice. There's been a lot of things going on in the UFC lately. One of them is Cheeto Vera video in his driveway that seems to be a little bit controversial. Apparently somebody attacked him in his driveway with a knife.
Yeah, so he was in his driveway cleaning his truck, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this is in broad daylight, this guy comes with a knife running up on him, and he grabs his shotgun out of his truck to scare off the attacker. Now, for those who don't know, he's 22 years old. He is ranked 7th in the UFC bantamweight rankings. So did he need the gun? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
People online are saying, though, that this looked staged.
It did look
what
staged.
do you think?
It looks staged because the gun is sitting in the front seat?
Yeah.
How convenient.
It is kind of convenient. Yeah.
It's just right there?
He just sort of sees the guy running up. He gets his shotgun out.
Yeah, because
he racks and points the gun. He doesn't shoot, obviously, but he scares the guy off.
Does he move the gun every time he tries to
We
get in his
want to
truck?
believe it's true.
Okay, what was that, Hillary?
But he
I do
doesn't
wanna
need it.
believe it.
People online
Yeah.
were saying he doesn't need the gun.
that's
A lot of people said he
that's
should have
enough.
used his Second Amendment rights. The thing is, I'm not anti-gun. I'm pro-gun, but I am more pro cleaning that guy's clock. Like, I want to see him just...
You want blood.
Yes, I want to see
you
blood
want
sport.
bloodshed.
He doesn't need the... You don't need the gun. You're 22. You're in amazing
Just
shape.
beat
You're
his
ranked
face in.
7th.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
So-
Which you'd think would happen.
It's
You would.
nice that he had the gun, but...
Yeah.
And then Kash Patel, I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet, but Kash Patel is considering maybe bringing in some trainers from UFC, like that have trained UFC fighters, either some of the coaches or former athletes, to train the FBI.
It's a great idea.
I like it.
Yeah.
You should get a hold of Better You Performance and Elvis Fisher. It's a great idea. I'd be more than happy to see him train some people at the FBI.
See, that'd be so nice.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a really good idea. People that were on this training call that Kash Patel had where he floated this idea, allegedly, a lot of people were saying, oh, this is wacky. Here's why I think it's not so wacky. The Gracie family, they're famous all over the world for making Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu what it is today. They are actually the ones that came up with the current Army combative training program over 20 years ago. And Tier 1 forces, they regularly bring in UFC or MMA fighters and people who've trained in the UFC. So I don't think this is that far out there. I think this is a great idea.
No, that's a good call.
And this administration really has a target on its back. So I think being trained to deal with those sorts of threats is a good idea.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. Also, Kash Patel videoed and photoed sitting next to Mel Gibson at the last UFC last Saturday, giving a fist bump. So all these huge celebrities are really starting to make appearances.
So he was there when the Tates came in, when the Tate brothers came in. He was there that night, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that created quite a little storm around the old UFC fighting because Homeboy welcomed him, and they were up front taking photos and shaking everybody's hands. And there were a lot of people I saw commenting.
Yes.
Do they back it up? I don't know.
They could face charges in Florida, it looks like,
they
too.
were a little angry with the UFC for welcoming the Tate brothers.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, Dana White has his own checkered past with
he does.
women and domestic assault and that kind of thing.
Well,
so
he's like
I think,
Teflon or something. Nothing sticks to him.
No, I know.
It's amazing.
He just doesn't care what anyone
that
thinks.
New Year's Eve thing with his wife was amazing.
Yes.
He wasn't canceled from that.
Oh, no way.
Got very little criticism.
He started the new Slap Fest.
Right. Yeah. Right at the same time.
Say something.
You almost wonder if it was part of that promotion,
You do.
in fact. Wow.
I mean, that's you never know.
But then there's something really, really weird from a former UFC fighter, right? In Hawaii.
So we've talked about BJ Penn before because back in 2022, he was running for governor in Hawaii. So he was very anti-vaccine passports, mask mandates, all that. So that's kind of what he ran on. So we talked about him back then, but he's like a pioneer in the UFC. He was a champion. I think he won 2 divisions at the same time. I mean, he's a really well-known guy. In fact, he was like a jiu-jitsu savant. I think he got his black belt in like 3 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Really
There's not a lot of us out there.
smart, amazing guy. He learned from you. He got all the good advice from you. He was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame back in 2015. So this is an accomplished guy. However, he posted a video recently to his Instagram that has people extremely concerned. So I think we've got that clip.
Lady right here, look at her ass and legs. She's acting like my 79-year-old mother. But she's not my 79-year-old mother. And it's interesting when you Google Lorraine Abele, our house pops up because this lady acts like Lorraine Inouye. So you Google Lorraine Abele, and this house pops up, and then you look and then my mom's name starts popping up. She's trying to steal everything, and this is not my mother. And I'm putting this up because she's saying that she's going to get an attorney and try to do something. She's trying to throw me out, and if I attack her, she'll try to do something, TRO or something else, but she's...
Weird.
So yeah, it's just a bizarre thing because he's basically saying that his mom is this is not his mother, that it's an imposter, that the government murdered his mother, and that this imposter is trying to steal all of his family wealth.
Does she ever talk to the camera or him? Or
She
anything?
doesn't, but I mean, he's talking about her right in front of her.
Yeah.
She hears it going on, and he alludes to the fact that she has said, if you do anything, I'm going to get an attorney or I'll file a restraining order. But from what I've gathered, they live together. He lives with his mother. So people are fearing for her safety.
So weird.
Because since he was inducted into the Hall of Fame back in 2015, he's had a string of really difficult things going on in his life. He was arrested and charged with assault after a bar brawl. His girlfriend filed a restraining order against him to keep him away from her and their children, alleging years of physical and sexual abuse. He was dropped from the USC after he was involved in another bar brawl and got arrested for DUI.
Quite a resume going there.
Yeah. So, and then he, of course, ran for governor after all of that happened.
So are we pontificating that he's suffering from some
CTE?
being hit in the head too
Sounds
many
like
times?
CTE.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's alleging his mother was murdered and replaced by a look-alike imposter.
Okay.
Yes. Well.
Okay. Like,
okay.
Hate it when that happens, right?
Okay.
How many times have you
I
been
guess
down that road?
That makes him crazy then, huh? Okay.
All of a sudden, you make that wild leap to CTE. Oh, boy.
Yeah, don't jump to any conclusions here. But yeah, it's wild because his mother had actually put out a lot of videos in support of him when he was running for governor. He's done a lot of videos as like tributes to her, talking about how much he loves her. So you can tell, this is the same woman. This does not look like an imposter, but people are telling him, well, if this is true, then get a DNA test. But he's long been a conspiracy theory guy.
But if he's suffering, it won't matter anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
that all justifies the falsehood of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing to note about BJ Penn is he was one of the few UFC fighters who never wanted to retire, because everybody retires pretty early on now and they try and do some other things, but he did never want to retire, so he just kept taking hit and loss.
Well, those of us that are savants don't want to leave the
right,
the
the
game.
jiu-jitsu savants
we
like
know
Fisher.
We don't want to give it up. Hilary, you know that.
Yeah. A lot of people miss you in the ring,
It's difficult
too.
to give it up.
A lot of people.
Yeah. People are really asking for a comeback from you, Jiffy, and I'd like to see it happen myself.
I can't.
You'd see a lot of blood. I'll guarantee you that if you got back in the ring. You'd see a lot of blood. All of it.
All the blood.
All of it.
Well, then I will be on the front row.
That is a strange... Is there anybody who's... I mean, this is one of our problems in America. We don't do anything about mental illness.
No.
And so I don't know what you do.
That's the thing.
He needs help.
That's the thing. What do you do?
What do you do?
Well, and it's hard because he kept taking loss after loss after loss and getting knocked out and knocked out and knocked out and coming back for more. And at what point
So
does the UFC say enough is enough? We can't allow this to go on.
Well,
or what kind of care do we offer these fighters after they've retired? I mean, like we've seen with football players.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do? How much does the league
do?
owe them to help take care of them after they've left? I don't know.
Have we heard anybody like Dana White talk about this?
I didn't see anything from Dana yet. I mean, the thing is, BJ Penn has floated a lot of conspiracy theories over the years. He questioned the existence of dinosaurs. He claimed Scooby-Doo had like the key to answering the world's problems.
Oh, that's a fact.
He claimed a secret society was behind all of these fighters who were losing their bouts.
He's been struggling with this for quite some
So
time.
this has been going on for a while. Yeah.
So he thought Scooby-Doo was the answer to our problems?
I honestly...
I missed that.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen some episodes of Scooby-Doo.
All right.
Thank you.
They solve crime.
There are.
Right.
They stop the bad guys. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
A lot of people would have. A lot of the townspeople would have gotten away with their shenanigans if it hadn't have been for those
pesky kids.
Yep. The
So
meddling
he's
kids.
probably right about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
he did say, he said, I will not pray for the thieves who stole my money, my time, my reputation, my kids, and my life. BJ Penn will attack all of you with such ferocity and so viciously and hit you so hard your mother will feel it.
Wow. That's a good
But
line.
I'm worried for his own mother.
Well, my mom is dead, so
So-
I appreciate him bringing that up. So yeah, I
can't
doubt she'd
feel
feel
anything.
it. I don't think she'd feel it.
BJ.
So. All right. Anything else?
I do have one more really quick story. So Colby Covington's another fighter. He calls himself the supervillain of the UFC. He really hates LeBron James. Like, he hates that guy.
I like this
Wait,
guy.
I was going to say, who's this now have a fighter?
I like
What?
this guy.
Colby Covington?
Okay, good to know.
And so he hates LeBron,
This gotta
and
be a Stu
LeBron
Bergier
kind of
guy,
got
too.
into it with Stephen A. Smith from ESPN.
yeah.
And so Colby Covington weighed in on this, and I think we have a clip of
Nice.
All right.
What a scumbag, bro. Like, dude, it's America. Freedom of speech. LeBron, do you not realize we have constitutional amendments for a reason? Oh, yeah, you don't care about that. You're bought and sold by the Chinese finger puppets. So you're a scumbag, LeBron. You don't care about this country that made you all that money. And I hope you get sick and worse. I don't even want to say any worse, but like you're a terrible human being. You put targets on the backs of our law enforcement, our first responders, who you use privately for your family to secure you. So you're just not a good person. You're despicable, and I despise you.
you really feel.
And I despise you.
Wow.
I may have
I
become
saw,
a fan.
Right. I saw Stephen A. Smith's rant about Bronny about a month ago, and he stuck with the facts,
Yeah,
stats
but
and
then
stuff.
LeBron-
and then LeBron
Yeah.
confronted him, a couple of weeks ago.
LeBron confronted him,
and
got in his
it's like,
face.
I know you're a dad, but it's Stephen A. Smith's job to critique sports figures, and your son is a public
sports figure.
Thank you. It's just
Yeah.
he's such a man-child, LeBron.
Yeah. He's
Well,
a baby.
No love lost between he and Colby Covington.
No,
Colby's
apparently
gone
not.
after him before, but I
When's
don't
he
think we're
fight
going to see
again,
the
that guy?
I don't know. It's a really good
Find
question.
out. I wanna
know,
watch
but
it and
yeah.
root for him.
Well, he's a big America First
All
guy.
right.
He's a big Trump supporter. He's
Right.
all about our law enforcement conservative values. So a lot of people really love him, and clearly all about free speech.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Hilary.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Ian.
Awesome.
Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. We may have won the election, but the fight to restore our great nation is just beginning. Now's the time to take a stand, and Patriot Mobile is leading that charge. As America's only Christian conservative wireless provider, Patriot Mobile offers a way to vote with your wallet without compromising on quality or convenience. Yeah, you want to support companies that share your values, but you don't want inconvenience, and you don't want inferior service. The great thing is you don't have to worry about that with Patriot Mobile because they use the same towers and all of that. Plus, they defend your rights and your freedom. They're really out there on the streets working for all of these things and putting their actions where their mouth is. They operate on all three major networks, so if you have cell phone service today, you can get cell phone service with Patriot Mobile with a coverage guarantee. But the difference is every dollar you spend supports the First and Second Amendments, the sanctity of life, and our veterans and first responders. Switching's really easy. You can keep your number if you want. You can keep your phone, or you could upgrade. You can change both. Their 100% U.S.-based customer support team will help you find the perfect plan right now. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call 972-PATRIOT. That's patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT. Get a free month of service with the promo code PAT. patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray returns.
Earlier this week, we played a clip of Representative Tim McBride. I'm sorry, Sarah. We don't want a dead name, Sarah, do we? He, she, they are from
the congressman
Delaware.
from Delaware.
The congressperson from Delaware. Yesterday, they spoke about the pushback Republicans are giving them.
Oh.
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection.
Oh, shut up.
I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues.
Yes, dear.
I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families.
Yeah, they are.
I
Pause
wish
it. For one thing, they are doing that and only that right now. And all they're getting is flack from people like you for doing it.
Right.
What do you think Doge is? They're trying to fix the debt structure in this country. They're trying to stop the waste and the fraud in this country. And all the Democrats can do is scream about how they shouldn't be doing it.
Yep.
All right, let's see if we can get through this.
wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me.
Yeah, please don't
figuring
flatter
out how
yourself.
to make government actually work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work.
What?
They are obsessed with culture war issues. The Republican Party is obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre.
You are, yes.
And the American
You're weird
people
and you're
deserve
bizarre.
serious
Your nanny is
legislators,
weird.
serious
You're weird.
elected officials who are focused on bringing people together
Yeah,
to deliver real results for the American people.
You show up at schools dressed
Not
as a
play
woman
games
reading books to
and
kids,
not to
weirdo.
engage in schoolyard taunts.
Oh, she is a woman.
Oh, that was powerful. That was really powerful. Well, of course.
You look weird. Your nanny looks weird. You guys are both weird.
Weird. And, come on. All we hear about are trans issues lately. So, of course, they're focused on it because they're trying to save this country from it. From this Marxist culture that they're trying to install in the United States of America. It has to be focused on and fought against. Because it's insanity. It's just insane what's happening right now, where men like him are competing against women in sports. It's got to stop. I mean, people have been injured. People have been seriously hurt from it. Lives upended. I mean, women who have practiced their whole lives to get to a certain level in their field of endeavor have just been pushed aside by these men.
I know.
And they don't care. The Democrats couldn't care less about it, any of it.
And the trans community is very violent. We got that clip of the trans person pulling the gun on the street preacher.
But you need to try less being like somebody you're not and start to humble yourself and be somebody that God made you to be. He didn't make a man to be a woman. He made the man to be a man. He didn't make the woman to be a man. He made the woman to be a woman. And this is the truth. What are you going to do? Come attack me now? I should.
Oh, wow.
Hey, man. That's up to you. If you want to pull that on me, well, God bless you. So you just threatened me with a gun. You just pulled a gun on my face.
Wow.
Man, Lord have mercy on you.
should.
This means that you don't even know who you are. Nope, I still love you. Even though you pulled a gun on me, I still love you. I still bless you.
Yeah, man. He
That's
kept
great.
saying, man, as he walked away. Man, I love you.
Wow.
That was intense.
How much violence have we seen from the trans community? Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
Yep.
It's,
well, they're angry.
Yeah,
at people like you.
Yeah, right.
It's almost like it's a mental illness.
It's almost like that.
Almost.
But you know, it can't be that.
Can't be.
The mental illness belongs to us because we think
we don't recognize it.
We don't recognize. Yeah, that's right. So
you're still calling what's her face Tim?
Yeah, you're calling Sarah Tim, and her him, or whatever.
Just adding fuel to the fire.
That's right.
And I'm right there with you.
Meanwhile, Columbia has disciplined some students for protests as the activists seek to block the school from sharing records. Columbia University graduate Mahmoud Khalil, the one who might be deported and certainly should be deported, has no right to stay here indefinitely and try to end Western civilization.
That's been postponed now, though, because of some judge, right?
Yeah.
Yep. But he and 7 current students sued the school on yesterday in a bid to block it from producing disciplinary records to a House committee, as school officials said they were sanctioning students involved in the pro-Palestinian rallies last spring.
Time.
So I wonder why they don't want the records released. What's going on there?
Because it's an ongoing case for the school. They can't turn them over. Is that what the excuse they're using?
I don't know, but it's interesting that they're kicking them out.
It is, isn't it?
It just took a little spine. Turns out all we needed was a new president.
Well, we were protesting at Trump Tower yesterday too for Khalib,
Mahmoud Khalil.
Whatever his name is. Whatever, I don't care.
Wow. That was disrespectful.
That sure was.
To this,
have a little respect
to this
for
terrorist.
Alleged terrorist.
Wow. Meanwhile, the university didn't say how many people they've disciplined, but among those disciplined was Grant Minor, the president of a union representing thousands of Columbia student workers.
I love him.
Was fired and expelled. Thursday's developments came hours after dozens of protesters calling for Khalil's release were arrested at a sit-in at Trump Tower. There was like 100 people doing the sit-in at Trump Tower.
And you remember yesterday I had mentioned the half of the students are foreign-born. Half the students at Columbia. We've got this clip from this reporter here. What's her name? Susie Weiss. Yeah. Interesting here.
Over half of Columbia's enrollment is foreign students, and they're the ones, of course, who pay full tuition. Yeah.
Listen to this.
And so of the general studies student population. And that raises 2 questions. One, why is the American taxpayer, the Free Press reported that, $400 million in federal grants have been yanked. Why are American taxpayers paying to educate people who aren't Americans? And two, it raises this question about immigration and which way the cultural exchange is going.
Sadly, it's what we do.
So the other day, 2 days ago, I do believe, right? This is Wednesday. So I think on Monday, Harvard froze hiring.
What do you make of that? How do you read that?
You know, it's interesting because a lot of these federal grants go to the hard sciences. So the professors who are supporting the protesters, supporting, BDS resolutions, saying, screw it to the administration, they're not the ones who are going to get pinched by the fact that Trump is pulling grant funding. So you're going to see a civil war within the universities of the serious researchers saying, hey, we just want to do our research. We don't want to get, in this, fight with the administration over this, versus the ones who say, no, this is the hill we're going to die on.
We need to reevaluate some things in America. Like educating the rest of the world and then sending them back to their home country to compete against us in business and entrepreneurship. And then you send us your athletes, we'll train them to get much better to beat our athletes in the Olympics. I'm hung up on all of it. I'm tired of it all.
They
Stop
actively
it. Stop
work against the United States of America.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Right, and so what we want from that
stop.
clip, we're paying professors out of tax dollars. We're paying students from other countries to be educated here. And just yesterday, we found that ICE found tens of thousands, since we're talking about immigration, of cases that were recorded as arrests by the Biden administration, but were not arrests. They were just released back into the country. I mean, this immigration, the way we're spending our money, it's out of control. And thank God Doge and Trump are here.
Yep. All right. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.